everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup. On today's agenda, we're going to be talking about Declan Rice going to Arsenal. We're going to talk about a couple of the midfield situation. Robbie Fowler's going to the second division of the Saudi League and all that juicy stuff. First and foremost, we'll talk about the midfielders because, you know, I'm sure if you're a Liverpool fan, you're most intrigued on the midfield standpoint and who's going to join, who's going to go. And I don't know what's going to happen no more. I'll be honest. I know we've got McAllister, and I'm being pretty sure that we're going to end up getting Thuram. If Shibalite or Shabala, Mr. D, we'll call him Mr. D for the purposes. Mr. D, if he joins us, then does that mean we go ahead and get Thuram as well, or does that mean we just get Shibalite and then that's it? And I'm still trying to I'm trying to get the name. Please help me if you're Hungarian, and I apologise for anyone whom I may offend. But I do think that them two, or let's say that profile of player would be good. The only problem that's getting in the way is the funds. Can we afford the funds? It would be 60 million around for Shibalite, but apparently we don't want to pay that money. And then you've got Thuram, who is 30 to 40 million pounds. So you're spending 100 million just on two more midfielders if you're going off the two major links that we've had in recent time. Also, we need a centre-back, which is another 40 million. We've already spent 40 million on McAllister, so I don't want to do the maths, but, you know, that's around 180 million that I don't believe we're going to be able to spend unless we sell someone, and then I raise the question, who are we going to sell? So then you're questioning now, obviously, I think this is the last day, or tomorrow will be the last day of Shibalite's release clause, which is, for those who don't know the details, it's £60 million release clause, and the only issue that it is that it expires on the 30th of June, so yeah, tomorrow. It will reactivate in January, so if we want to buy him in January for that release clause, then we can. But apparently we don't want to pay the release clause and we want to try and get under. And then you've got Newcastle who are involved in or looking at this player as well. So really we've got some stiff competition. I'm surprised that we're looking at this type of midfielder, but it'd be good because he kind of kills two birds with one stone. He's a winger, he's a midfielder. I like the idea of Shibalite, and you know what, Mr. D, if he can come into my team and score some belter goals, then happy days all day long, and obviously if he can even be that alternative to Salah at times, you know, because he can play, you know, at the right wing. I'm not saying he can do it really well, I'm just saying it's another option that you can look at as another player. So, everything's all good, but I do question the Shibalite news still. I still have me doubts because I'm still confident we're looking at the idea of Thuram. We're just waiting for that tournament to finish. But then I'm thinking what happens with Harvey Elliott, who's also had a really, really good tournament with England. And he's the type of, not a similar player to Shibalite, but plays in similar positions. You know, he's a winger dash midfielder. And a lot of people think his best position is number 10. And then Shibalite's best position is number 10. So is this the type of profile that we want? Now, listen, do I think he's a bit more established than Harvey Elliott right now? Of course, he's played more first-team football. And do I think there's potential where he could suit our system more? Most certainly, because I think he can maybe do a job in the number 8. We still need to see Harvey grow, develop more before we say, yeah, you can definitely play number 8. So, and we don't have a number 10. So right now, he'd be more suited to the mould. But if Jurgen does have a plan with Harvey, then is it pointless going out to spend a 60 million, you know, on someone like Shibalite? I don't know. But I think he's good enough right here, right now. Therefore, I get him. But I just don't know what that means for Thuram. And then the centre-back, which I assume we both think that we need. But anyway, let's get into the next topic. So Declan Rice joins Arsenal Football Club. Now, I don't want to destroy any Arsenal fans' feelings on this one because, honestly, I actually think it's a good signing. I think it's a good player from a team that he was by far the most important player for quite a considerable while. And I do think he adds quality to the team. You know, Declan Rice, he's impressive, and I'm not going to dispute how impressive he is. Now, a lot of people are raising questions about the price tag, and now if they've bought a CDM for 100 million, does that now mean they need to go and compete, or win the league? I don't think so, because if you go into a season in one breath saying, I think City will win the league, and then in the next sentence you say Arsenal should win the league. So I think City will win the league, Arsenal should win the league. So these are the favourites, but these should still win the league. It makes no sense to me. Arsenal should look to compete and hopefully, for their sake, walk away with a trophy, because I don't think the additions of Kai Havertz and Rice put them above City. But yes, it's still adding on top of the, what did Liverpool not do? We didn't add on top. They are adding on top, and they're doing it window after window after window. The fact that they're even linked with Timbers when they've got man like friggin' Ben White, Gabriel, and Saliba, it shows, and it's a testament to how the owners are trying to improve that situation. And I think over time we can see much more prosperous results for Arsenal if they keep going down this path. But the only question that I raise is you cannot dispute the idea of other teams improving. So a lot of people don't like my takes on how I think the season will go, because, for instance, I see Chelsea making a resurgence. Nobody believes that they can make a resurgence, which is wild to me, considering that they've had significant manager bounces before. And I know you're going to say that was under the Roman era, but now they're spending more money than what they were spending under Roman, and they've got a smart owner, so I think they can come back into the mix. But Arsenal are doing the right things. At least the owner, Edu is doing the right things for Arteta. He's giving them now what's become apparent is there's less excuses for Arteta going forward. And he didn't need them last season anyway because he was great. But let's say now, next season, if something doesn't quite click together, the fans can or would have to put the majority of that blame to Mikel Arteta, because now this is more of his team. It's more into his project, and it's not small money, let's be honest. So you'd expect a more prosperous results, which is why I think, and I'm sure Arsenal fans would agree, if you can compete and you can at least, get into the top 3 or top 2, then I'm assuming that's a good season for Arsenal. And then I'm sure Declan Rice would take that as well. But let me know what you think. And anyway, to end the video, we're going to be talking about Robbie Fowler going to the 2nd division of Saudi Arabia. I don't know why this is important news. It's just so random. So random. It's not even the 1st division of Saudi League. It's the 2nd division. By the way, the Saudi League have got 5 divisions, and they've got a relegation and promotion format, which is quite cool. I think that's actually entertaining because, for instance, MLS, they don't have that, and I think that sucks. Big bollocks. But yeah, in Saudi, they're building something. It's a very credible manager for the 2nd league, I suppose. What happens if he gets them promoted and then wins them the league back to back? Does that now mean he could become the Liverpool manager? You know what I mean? Only because I saw people doing the Xabi Alonso and Steven Gerrard shouts. Nah, that was a cheap shot. I know. I'm sorry. That was our last. I hope he does well. I do. I hope he does well. I don't quite envision Robbie Fowler being the most amazing manager for Arabic players or people from that part of the world. That being said, who am I to judge? You know what I mean? We can most certainly analyse the history of the line thing, and and I mean the line thing in terms of what he done against Everton. You know what I mean? When he done he sniffed the line, great stuff. Was it United or Everton? It was Everton, wasn't it? I swear it was Everton. I don't know. Correct me in the comments down below. I'm young, but that was actually really funny. Just imagine if you're like, oh, who's our new coach? Robbie Fowler. Oh, let me look into Robbie Fowler. Whoa, he was a good Premier League striker. Why is he sniffing off the line? Like one of those ideas. It's just a little bit of a weird matchup. But good luck to the god of Liverpool. Why not? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Smash a like if you enjoyed. But guess what? If you don't enjoy them, guess what you have full entitlement to do? To smash a dislike. And you can even let me know in the comments down below why you didn't like it, which is boss. But anyway, thank you for watching. And I will see you and your mothers in a bit. Peace.